Hi guys, welcome back to day 5 of the vlogmas videos. I hope that you guys are enjoying all of them so far. This video is going to be a little bit slower than all of the other videos. We're going to sit down, do a little bit of chit-chatting. I wanted to go over all of the upcoming book releases that are coming out in 2025. Just go down the list, talk about them, which ones I'm excited for, what they're about. And then I also want to throw in at the end just some of the books that have already been out, but I'm excited to read or I want to try to read in 2025. So we're just gonna go down the list. I have had a list in, how many times can I say list? But I have a list in Notion that I've had for a while, and it's just kind of where I keep track of all of my upcoming book releases. I have like the name of the book, who it's by, when it comes out, what series it's in, what it's about. I'm very organized in that sense. So I thought that we could go down the list and just talk about each book. So the first one that I want to talk about, I feel like is arguably one of the most popular, and that is Onyx Storm by Rebecca Yarros. This is the third book in the Fourth Wing series. I don't know off the top of my head what the actual name of the series is. I think it's like the Empyrean something. I don't even know if I'm saying that word right, and I could be wrong about if it's even called that, but this comes out January 21st, and yeah, this is the third book in the Fourth Wing series. Funny enough, I have not even finished the second book yet. I'm actually reading it right now. I'm like almost 80% of the way through it. It is a 900-page book, so it's taking me a hot minute, but I read Fourth Wing probably like 6 months ago. No, probably less than that, but I fell in love with it. I had not felt that way really about a fantasy book since reading all of the Sarah J. Maas books, and so I just fell in love with it. And it did take me a while to read the second one because it wasn't on Kindle Unlimited, but they put it on Kindle Unlimited recently, so I started reading it, and yeah, I'm 80% of the way through, and I'm actually really liking it. I feel like the second book got a lot of bad rep, but I'm enjoying it, so I'm really excited for the third book. I actually have not even read what the third book is about because I feel like that would be maybe spoiling the second book for me, and I don't want to know how the second book ends, so I have tried to stay away from reading the description for Onyx Storm. But that comes out January 21st, and we're really just starting the year out with a bang. The second book is Deep End by Ali Hazelwood, and if I'm correct, I think this is a novella. This is a diver swimmer romance. It's two, I think, college students, and they are making their way towards the Olympics, and they have a, I think it might be fake dating. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't read the synopsis for a while, but I really fell in love with Ali Hazelwood this year. I read Check and Mate, and then I read The Love Hypothesis, and I fell in love with both of those books. I love her writing. I think that they are amazing. I love the chemistry between all the characters that she writes. Well, I say all of the characters. I've only read 2 books by her, but I genuinely think that her writing is some of the best I've ever read. It is so good, and I devoured both of the books that I read by her, so I feel like that's off to a good start, you know, for an author. So I'm really excited for that. That comes out February 4th. I feel like February has always been a good like book release month. I don't know why. Maybe I'm wrong, but in my head, I feel like there's always good books that come out in February, which is also my birthday month. This one, the next one, I'm really excited for because it actually comes out the day after my birthday. So this comes out February 18th, and it is The Rebel Witch. This is by Kristen Cicerelli, and this is the second book in the Heartless Hunter series. I read Heartless Hunter, I don't even know, probably 6 months ago. This is about a girl who hunts people who hunt for witches because she's trying to save the witches, and so she's basically just like taking all of the guards down and stuff. And the way that this book ended, I don't even remember what I rated it. I think it might have been like a 3.5, 4 stars, but the way that this book ended, I wanted the second book right then and there, so I'm really excited for this book to come out. I think even one of the book releases that I watched got an arc for it. I might be wrong because a lot of fantasy books like blend together for me in my head, but my TV will like go between the landscapes, and then it puts like a weird glow on me, so I had to switch that, but I am really excited for that one. The next one is Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry. If y'all even remember, I have not had the best track record with Emily Henry. I just don't get the hype around her books. I ended up doing a reread of Beach Read and People We Meet on Vacation because I did not enjoy those books the first time that I read them last year. But I, a few months ago, did a reread of both of those, and I ended up liking the books a lot more the second time around. Well, I ended up liking Beach Read more the second time around, but not necessarily People We Meet on Vacation. So I'm excited to give her another chance, start fresh with a new book that I have not read yet. I did like Happy Place by her. That's probably my favorite. But yeah, I'm excited to get a new book out by her. This one comes out April 22nd. And so hopefully maybe this book will change my thoughts on Emily Henry as a writer. The next one is The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillig. This title always confuses me because I think that it's in a different series than it actually is. I always confuse it with I don't even remember what it's called, the songs. I get this title confused with the series The Serpents and the Wings of Night. They just kind of like have those same vibes, but this is completely different from that series. So it's called The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillig. It comes out May 20th, and this is from the author of One Dark Window. I don't believe this book is connected at all to the One Dark Window and to Twisted Crowns books. I don't think it's connected at all, but I really enjoyed those books, and immediately after putting those down, I was researching the author to see if she had more books, and I saw that this book was coming out, and I actually pulled up a little snippet so that I could read it. So it says, Sybil Delling has spent 9 years dreaming of having no dreams at all. Like the other founding girls who traded a decade of service for a home in the great cathedral, Sybil is a diviner. In her dreams, she receives visions from 6 unearthly figures known as omens. From them, she can predict terrible things before they occur, and lords and common folk alike travel across the kingdom of Trom's windswept moors to learn their futures by her dreams. So that sounds really good. A girl who can basically see anyone's future. It sounds amazing. So I'm really excited for that one. I also just realized that I did not give y'all a description for Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry, so I'm gonna read that really quickly. Let's backtrack about 5 minutes. So it says, Alice Scott is an eternal optimist, still dreaming of her big writing break. Hayden Anderson is a Pulitzer Prize winning human thundercloud, and they're both on balmy little Crescent Island for the same reason, to write the biography of a woman no one has seen in years, or at least to meet with the octogenarian. What is that word? I have never seen that word in my life. Octogenarian, who claims to be the Margaret Ives, tragic heiress, former tabloid princess, and daughter of one of the most storied and scandalous families of the 20th century. Kind of giving me beach read vibes. 2 writers that are on like an island or like by the beach, very much giving beach read vibes. So hopefully I enjoyed that. But what book were we talking about before this? The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillig. Girl Who Can See the Future. I'm really excited about that. Comes out May 20th. And then the next one is Totally and Completely Fine by, don't know how to pronounce this author's name. I said it in the reading blog and I still don't know, and I feel bad, but it's either Elisa Sussman or Alyssa Sussman. But this comes out July 8th, and this is the sequel to Funny You Should Ask. I read this book probably last month and really liked it. So that one is about a big movie star guy who goes to meet up with this girl for a few interviews, and they end up kind of hitting it off, but they don't really hit it off until like years later, and they have like these secrets and stuff. But this sequel, Totally and Completely Fine, is kind of a spin-off to the male movie star in the first book. It's his sister, so it spins off to her life kind of, and I liked her in the book. We didn't get a lot of her, but I think that's gonna be a fun book. Why does my TV keep doing this even after I shut it off? That's actually all of the book releases that I'm personally really excited for in the new year. There are so many more really popular series that I know have books coming out, but I just haven't gotten to those series at all yet, so I can't really say that I'm excited if I haven't even started the series, because what if I hate the series, you know, and then I don't even want to read that book. So that was like the 6 or 7 books that I'm really excited for in the new year, and I kind of now want to go over just some of the books that I want to try to get to that have been on my own personal TBR. So the first one is actually House of Flame and Shadow by Sarah J. Maas. I still have yet to read that book, and I'm definitely drawing it out. It's my fault. I'm the one drawing it out because that is the last Sarah J. Maas book currently out that I have not read yet. And I read House of whatever the last one was. I read that one literally like probably 10 months ago, and the way that that book ended, you are probably surprised that I wouldn't want to immediately pick up the next one, but I just haven't. The book's actually on my Christmas list. My boyfriend got me the second Crescent City book for Christmas last year, and I'm asking for House of Flame and Shadow this year, but I have definitely been drying it out just because I don't want the series, not that I don't want the series to end, because I think there is still more in the Crescent City series, but like that's all the books that are out, so like I don't want to finish it to be like, oh, I don't have any more Sarah J Maas books to read. So that's one that I definitely just like absolutely have to pick up. And I may be going out on a limb here, but Miss Sarah J Maas, maybe we'll get a new ACOTAR book this year. I know you're writing it, and I know that you're probably almost done with it because you've been saying you're writing it for a very long time. So dare I say we may get an ACOTAR book in 2025? I hope so. I really, really hope so. So maybe that's a book that I can add to my upcoming book release soon. But the next one that I want to read is actually a few books, and that is, oh my God, I literally had it up. It's the Crowns of Nyaxia series. I think that's what it's called. I actually mentioned this book earlier, but it's the one that's the Serpent and the Wings of the Night. I've only read the first book and I really enjoyed it. I don't know why I didn't keep reading this series. There's like 3 or 4 more books out. So the first one is the Serpent and the Wings of the Night, which I read. And then there's the Ashes and the Star-Cursed King. There's 6 Scorched Roses, and then the Songbird and the Heart of Stone, which I believe that 1 or 2 of those books are you technically can read it as a standalone, but they're still like intertwined in the series, and one might even be a novella, I'm not sure, but I definitely need to finish that series. That is a vampire romance series. And that is actually the only book / series I've ever read that is like vampire themed. I've never read Twilight, even though I love the Twilight movies, but I've never read vampire romance, and that is the only book I've ever read that's vampire romance, and I really enjoyed it. And I don't know why I never kept up with it. So I need to finish that whole series. I also want to finish the Shatter Me series. This is kind of a spoiler, but I have a video coming out where I read the first half of the Shatter Me series in it. So I need to finish the rest of those books. I still have like 5 left. I also want to start the Chestnut Springs series. I cannot believe that I haven't started that series yet. It's by Elsie Silver, and there's like 4 or 5 books in this series, maybe even more, I'm not sure. But so I think there's 5 books out, but I want to start that. I know that so many people love that series, and I just have not gotten around to it. I'm really just going off on like a series tangent, not even specific books, but there's Flawless, Heartless, Powerless, Reckless, and Hopeless. And so I just need to get to all of those. I literally have so many books that I want to read, but I'm like blanking on all of them right now. I guess I could technically go to let me just go to my Notion. I have a whole chart that's for like books that I want to read, and I'm just gonna like very quickly go down the list and name all of them. So I have a few thrillers. I have A Flicker in the Dark, Behind Closed Doors, Bright Side, Lock Every Door. I have a few more Ali Hazelwood books, so I want to read Love on the Brain, Love Theoretically, just some more romance, like the Magnolia Park series. I really want to start that. I don't even know how I have not started that series. Everyone says that it's kind of like the, European version of the Addicted series, because it's like all these characters that are just like intertwined. So I really want to start that. I want to read The 7-Year Slip. I have got to finish the Caraval series. Have I only read the first, or have I read the first and second? I honestly cannot. I've read the first one, but I don't remember if I have read the second, but I need to finish that whole series, and then I need to start the Once Upon a Broken Heart series. I never even finished the Cruel Prince series. I read the first 2 books, and then I still have The Queen of Nothing, which is the 3rd book, and I think there's a few I think there's a series that is like connected to that one, but it's like what is it called? I cannot think of it off the top of my head, but I want to read that too. I just have so many books, guys, and I'm praying that I can read more books next year than I did this year. So yeah, I need to be on top of my game this next year. But that's all the books that I think I'm going to talk about I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know down in the comments if you're excited for any of the books that I talked about, and if not, then let me know down in the comments a book that you are excited for. I love seeing the books that y'all like reading or want to read, and yeah, I'm just very interested. So let me know down below. I love you guys so much. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe so that you don't miss any more of my Vlogmas videos, and yeah, I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next Vlogmas video.